Good evening. Thank you for being here tonight. The Mayor of Victoria wants the province to create a regional police force for the capital region. The call for that comes after Solicitor General Shirley Bond ordered another review into policing in Esquimalt. The government ordered Victoria to take over Esquimalt policing back in 2003. But recently the township has complained about how much it pays, the level of service it receives, and more. And today the minister appointed a mediator to see if issues between Victoria and Esquimalt can be worked out. The mayor says he has another idea. CTV's Stephen Andrew has the story.
After months of frustration waiting to find out if they will continue to police Esquimalt, members of the Victoria Police Department are still waiting.
Our members are really desperate for some clarity and some order about what's going on here, and they need to know what's going to happen because it affects the way they deliver service and the way they think about their work.
Esquimalt has been complaining for several years it is paying too much for police services and needs a higher level of service. The debate began in 2003 when the provincial government ordered Victoria to take over policing services in Esquimalt. The government conducted a review and allowed Esquimalt to look at other options. Only Victoria and the RCMP submitted proposals. Esquimalt made a decision, but that choice is a closely held secret, waiting for the government to approve. And that decision isn't coming anytime soon. The province is appointing a mediator to review the current arrangement between Victoria and Esquimalt, looking at ways to resolve disputes. The mediator is to report back with recommendations by the end of January 2012. The Solicitor General apologized last week for the delay in making a decision on the Victoria-Esquimalt policing issue. But Shirley Bond herself is contributing to that delay by refusing to allow her statement that had been ready for some time to be posted on a government website until late this afternoon, just hours before nominations closed for the municipal election.
Are they talking regional policing? Are they looking at amalgamating? Are they going to go for a provincial police force? All of this is up in the air when voters are now going to cast a ballot on who will lead their community through this process in the coming 3 years. Absolutely just not acceptable.
Victoria's mayor is also having a hard time with the new review, but he says after years of trying to resolve the issue, it's time to move forward.
I think the police board and I think the citizens of the region would be better served if we actually sat down and said, let's start working and looking at a regional model. That's where the time is. That's where the will of people wants to have. Let us start working on that. That would be of the most use and benefit.
So far, the provincial government has rejected a regional force. And in a statement to CTV News, Solicitor General Shirley Bond says she recognizes municipalities are working on budgets for next year, but says this is a matter of public safety, and it is imperative that any changes be thoughtful, thorough, and carefully considered, so that Esquimalt winds up with a policing model that meets the needs of the community. So far, that means everything stays the same, with no indication of when or if things will change.
And Stephen Andrew joins us now with more on the story outside Esquimalt City Hall. Of course, Stephen, the backdrop to all of this is the November 19th municipal elections, the negotiations with Ottawa over the RCMP, and what Esquimalt's Mayor Barb Desjardins been saying about all of this. What's she saying tonight?
Well, she is actually in Ontario tonight, Hudson. We did put in a request for an interview with her today, either by phone or otherwise, and she so far hasn't responded to that. But she has always said that she's really been concerned about policing issues in this municipality. She's also having a meeting with her council behind closed doors on Monday, where she may indeed release the decision that they made about who they want to police Esquimalt. Now, we are hearing from sources, Hudson, that actually the RCMP provided the lower bid. That doesn't necessarily mean the best model of service, but we know they provided the lower bid.
As for a regional force, what are other departments, Oak Bay and Saanich, saying, or have they commented just yet?
Well, Oak Bay is not really up for this, and neither is Saanich. They've said for a long time that they believe that different communities have different needs for policing, and it's better to keep these municipal police forces and then go for integrated services. We should also mention that the frustration is so high at the City of Victoria that we have learned that next week it is going to release and make public its proposal to Esquimalt. Despite the fact it's been held in secret for all this time, they're going to be having a meeting, and that should come probably Wednesday or Thursday of next week.
All right, we'll watch for that. Stephen Andrew reporting. Stephen, thanks.
You're welcome.